So I'm sitting in the form room, munching away, and somebody says, "You've got a lot there today." I take a look at my lunchbox and see what I've got. There's sandwiches, fruit, cheese string, yoghurt pot. My friends are all pretty. They're slim and they're fit. Our group is full of the girls you call it. And even though I've made it, I'm in with those girls. I'm kind of the joker, the one with the curls. More goofy, more silly, less attention from boys. The one with the banter that makes all the noise. And that's fine and I like it. I'd rather have wit than people just text me because I've got tits. So I guess that's just me, my childish personality. But if I ate less, that might stop all this mess. This embarrassing chat about kissing and that. I'm 14 years old and these lips are still cold, and each time we giggle, it niggles and niggles that I'm something less. I'm not having sex. So when mum starts to diet, it seems like a riot. I'll give it a go. After all, you never know. Maybe if I stop being greedy at school, eating less than others, I'll seem pretty cool. So healthy and controlled, it'll make me seem old. Rather than baby bells and frubes, no more food out of tubes. Queen of salads, rye Vita's, cottage cheese. There'll be nothing off me if you give me a squeeze. And I quite like it, that feeling of bone. It's a sense of accomplishment that I can lose a stone. But something's not right, my friends are uptight. When they see my fruit salad, they act like it's bad. Like it's not fair on them that I've lost weight again, because if I think I'm big, they must all be pigs. It's not that at all, I'm happy this way. I'm so in control now I've quit sausage rolls. Finally, I'm better at something than the girls, even if I'm still the one with the curls. I can say no to cake at a bake sale, but when they see cookies, they'll always fail. And so I go on, eating leaves and no fat, with friends being weird, whispering and that. And I guess maybe somewhere deep down in my heart, I know this has gone further than I meant at the start. But my mum doesn't see it, she agrees that I'm fine. And she knows me best, so I'll give it some time. Girls go through phases, they bully one girl, and right now it's me, the one with the curls. But it's nothing personal, and soon they'll move on. So why should I give up when I've worked hard for this long? After all, when I think about it, eating a cake, some sweets, some crisps, a cookie or 8, it makes me feel scared because I don't eat them at all. So if I have one, I'll be a big fat ball. There can't be any space for those extra calories, now that my body's used to the new healthy me. And I guess I feel trapped because I'm stuck either way. Eat more and get fat, or get smaller each day. What I don't understand is I'm meant to look good. There's no fat left on me, but I don't feel like I should. I'm not toned, I'm not fit, don't look good in a dress. I just look like a child and probably weigh less. And the worst thing of all that I've started to see is the thick, dark hair growing all over me. In the back of my mind, I know it's a sign that my body is cold. The hair shows that it's time to eat a bit more, to put on some weight. But I've caught the disease, and now it's too late. I've got a new mind, I'm not in control, my head tells me things and I'm stuck in a hole, the hole of self-hate, of disgust and of shame. But if I try to explain it, I know I'll sound lame. Like one of those girls crying out for attention, the one who came out and pretended she was a lesbian, or the one who steals safety pins and says they self-harm. So I keep it all quiet, don't sound the alarm. A year later, the cycle ends. I visit my dad and take some friends. They're pretty, they're fit, the girls you call it. The girls who next to I used to feel fat. The girls who made me diet and that. And when I say made me, they didn't make me. My mind made comparisons and changed how I see. But anyway, now on this trip in mid-May, stood next to these girls, I'm wasting away. And my dad's not around, he lives in France, so it's the first time he's seen me, and just at a glance he's typing away and emails my mum and asks my mother, what on earth have I done? There's nothing left of me next to FMs and B. Emaciated, he says. And that word cuts through me. That's not what I wanted, to make him feel sick. For my dad to think I'm some repulsive stick. And I need to change. This wasn't the goal. So I better stop digging this deep, drowning hole. And I'd love to say that it ended that day, that I shouted, Eureka, give me a pizza! That I finally ate all the foods that I'd missed, got to a healthy weight and lived in utter bliss. But like I said, my mind wasn't my own. The mental disease stays even if not physically shown. So even though I gained some pounds and spoke openly about the strength I'd found to fight the voice inside my head, that little voice was far from dead. A few years passed and I stayed quite slim, and more often than not people would describe me as thin. But I didn't look ill and I ate during breaks, so what was the problem, even if I hated cake? I'll tell you the problem, an everlasting poke. My mind was consumed from the moment I woke. I'd feel my tummy, I'd look in the mirror. Did I look fat or eat too much dinner? And the answer was always a unanimous yes. My body was ugly, I couldn't want it less. My tummy was flabby, no abs to be seen. Even if the rest of me was lean as a bean. And I wasn't as strong as I was in the start, so when we'd eat out, I'd often take part in the binging and stuffing at Toby Carvery, or order dessert, a huge molten brownie. But the guilt that came with these moments of weakness would knock me for six, though you'd never guess. I'd keep it locked in till I got home and anxiety would strike. I was back in the zone of wishing I was still a stubborn 6 stone who knew to say no, so I'd have no reason to moan. And so it went on, some days good and some bad, an endless battle of I want and I should. I actually decided I wanted some help. I was so tired of the guilt, I felt I could melt, but I didn't look ill, so nobody cared. You're not anorexic, so it can't be compared. Just give yourself a break, you're slim, so you're fine. You've nothing to worry about if you have a good time. And I could bore you with the highs and the lows, the days I broke down and cried like a hose, or the days I thought, amazing, I've made it, I've had a nice meal and I don't care one bit. The day a man invaded my space, or when my boyfriend told me I had to face that no one would love me till I loved myself, that he didn't love me, put me back on the shelf. And each one of these things turn on the spotlight on my poor body, making sure that it's tight. I guess this thing, it's about control. When life gets beyond me and I'm stuck in a hole, I want to grab on, take hold of the reins. And my body's that one thing that I can change. And now today, I'm still that girl who's noisy and goofy, the one with the curls, with a few more curls for biceps and that. Because now I train hard and eat lots more fat. You could say I'm better, I look stronger for sure. But this little fucker I still have to endure. But I know he's a fucker, and that's the key, to say you're just a dick, and I'm good as me.